Well, hello. Let me kind of get started with um, announcements, new stuff, and maybe some old. So as you can see, I was able to satisfy everybody's preferences as I received them. So I put them in this table. Most days we're just going to have one presentation. There's a couple of days with two of them. Uh, we're not going to start the presentation until about 2 weeks from Wednesday. So we start on Wednesday. Um, yes.
For those of us that may not be as technically advanced, where's the best place to go to make a video? What's the best way to do that?
Okay, that's a good question. Um,
If you're gonna get to it later, that's fine.
no, I was that's a we're talking about articles, and so the question was, how can you record the presentation? Um, there's at least two different ways that I can think of. Uh, one is newer versions of PowerPoint do allow you to record. So if you use PowerPoint to create it, but then you can record yourself. You can share screen if you need to. What I'm asking you though is please make it a movie.
Movie?
Yes,
Yeah.
not a PowerPoint.
Yes.
So here's what I mean. Let me try and pull out one. Mm. I'm sharing my screen anyway. So normally you can go to to export, I think. Where is it? File, export, and create a video. It doesn't have to be full HD. Well, you know, you can experiment, maybe make it full HD. And this one doesn't have any recording on it. So I open a PowerPoint, but it doesn't really. And then you create a video. And it takes a few minutes. Um,
So we
That's-
don't have to be in it. It doesn't have to be a live video, correct?
no, it has to be a live video.
Okay.
So your camera needs to be working. Let me close this one. Let me open a PowerPoint and
Let's play around with that. I've never done that.
get one of the lectures. So when you do, you can record slideshow,
Record slideshow. Okay, great.
and maybe on the setup, you can also set up your camera. I have a camera in this room, so I'm not sure if it will show up. I don't know where that is, actually. So that's the first one. Oh yeah, you can see by default it starts. You can see me. Oh, you cannot see me. I'm on a different screen, but it does start. Here, I can move it. Can I? Yes. So I'm here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So it does that by default, so we can kind of have controls here, record, and that's one way. And that will record it inside the slide. It will still be a PowerPoint with the recording. So what I'm asking, so that first step, it will just record it. It's just when I play it, it's easier, and everything you do, if I ask for a movie, please give me a movie, not a PowerPoint or versions. There's some PPP TV or something. No, movie. It needs to be an AVI or something that is a movie that can play.
Sure.
Because I can move back and forth, it's just easier. Um, with the recorded PowerPoint, if I move to the next slide, it jumps all the way there. It makes it really annoying to try and find the place again if I'm in the middle of a slide. So please go to File, when you're done recording, File and Export and create a video. And make the video. Now, I don't have, it will give you the option to use the narration. So, and it takes some time. If I do it for everybody, on my computer, really, sometimes I have to do it because not everybody listens to what I'm saying. And it takes 5 to 7 minutes. So we're not as big of a class, but if 20 people times 5, it's 100 minutes for, an hour and a half just to convert it. So it's easier for you to do. For you, it takes 5 to 7 minutes, and that's it.
So it's okay to use slides and put our picture down in the corner and talk through, correct?
Yes, something like that, but it needs to be live. That's solution one. Solution two, use Zoom. If your PowerPoint is maybe on Google Drive and you're using you don't have PowerPoint, you're using Google to create the slides. You can use Zoom to record, because Zoom allows, just create a meeting where you're the only one in the meeting. And then you can share your screen, everything you can do in Zoom, share your screen, and then you have the slides showing on that screen. And it's going to have your face. So those are two ways. A third one, I haven't used it. I have nothing against it, but Teams can work also. Teams, Microsoft Teams. I've seen people use it, not that many. Most people either do PowerPoint or Zoom. But Teams is available. I don't know, actually. I see it on all ULR computers. So that will allow also kind of the same thing. So share your screen. If you do Zoom, basically share your screen. And it will have your face, because it has the video of your face plus the screen that gets shared. And then it will create a recording of that. So those are kind of two main ways I've seen people use. There may be others. There's specialized software. Now, if you have PowerPoint, you're built in. If you have Zoom, is free version, and Teams may also be free. I don't know about that, or it may be included. Like I said, I've seen it on many ULR computers. It's not. I have not used it that much. So that's kind of some suggestions to record videos in general. For the rest, all the video recorders, get to those, and that will make them satisfy all the requirements. Okay, let me one more time kind of go review for the articles. So that's kind of how to do it. Before you go there, I need to approve an article. So send me something. If you have, some of you already send me. I have like 2 or 3 already approved. But if you want, presentation, so make sure the article is no more than 3 years old. Make sure it has a big, significant visualization component in it. Not pictures. If you disregard the pictures, do they talk about visualization? Do they talk a lot? Do they have a few paragraphs, a page or two? The more the better. And then for the presentation, a summary of the work, and then what's the merits of the article and shortcomings of the article. So now we're starting to talk about visualization. So the more you know, you'll be able to kind of use some of the things we discussed when you look at that article. So basically, why do you think it was published? Why do you think what could have done better? Things like that on that. And also for research articles, I put some suggestions here. Google Scholar is a good one, and these two are really good. They have visualization conferences in there and some conferences that just to get you started, but it can be other things. whatever you can find.
I tried on Google Scholar. Most of what I found, they are really good, are really lengthy.
That's fine. I mean, to me, if it's, I think I said it before, if it's more bone on the chicken, it's easier than try to not have enough. So you kind of condense it. Still has to be the presentation line as part of the rubric. 15 minutes plus minus 2. So everything I do is going to be on the video is going to be plus minus 2, whatever the number, unless I mess up, but I think it should be pretty. So yeah, 15 plus minus 2. That's another way to check, because I keep making changes to Blackboard every semester, and I may forget to do something. So that's pretty much keep looking for those articles, send it to me, and I'll approve it. In theory, you can, well, give me some time to approve it, but you know, a few days before your schedule should be fine. I mean, it all depends how well you tolerate that deadline coming up and not having an article approved. But some of you have are in April, so no rush. What I like, the ones that are kind of scheduled, the next couple, I think we need to get those. I would like to get those approved. So that's the article presentation, kind of what we're going to cover today, this week, February 3rd. So we're going to finish first set of slides, and then we're going to move on to the 14 slides on the lecture 2. That's my goal. That's already pre-planned. It worked in the past. So that's what we'll talk about this week. So I'll start today and kind of finish on Wednesday. Obviously, lecture slides are going to be here for lecture 1 and lecture 2. There will be a quiz this week with everything, basically. All lecture 1 and then first 14 slides of lecture 2. So it's the only one that covers 2 weeks, because we haven't done, I mean, I usually spend a lot more time on going through the syllabus and kind of waiting and answering questions and so forth. So this quiz will go away on Monday. Yes. Goes away on February 10th, right before class. Homework, I know I have to do one more little change to homework 2, but I did post the next one, so now we have 2 of them posted. I'm going to talk about homework next Monday. Kind of give it about a week in advance. I'm going to talk more detail about actual homework 1. You see, it's going to be due February 17th, and then the next one is going to be due in a week. These are the only 2 that kind of overlap. After that, they won't overlap anymore. So it's not a normal occurrence. It's just the way the semester ends up being. So the review for this homework is going to overlap with doing the reviews. Notice there's 24 and 24. But after that, it's going to be a kind of a 2-week, at least 2 weeks between them. And as time, I'll keep posting them here. It doesn't mean they're imminent, but if somebody wants to kind of go ahead, I need to put the date. I think I forgot to attach the data on homework 2, and I'll fix that. So that's homework. The project, if you have a preference for somebody, you can tell it to me by Wednesday. I'll try maybe by the end of this week to have the teams done. And then once we have the teams, you're gonna look forward working with the other person or the other 2 people. I still don't know if it's an odd or even number because it keeps changing of students. But if it's an even number, everybody's going to be with 1 teammate. If there's an odd number, it's going to be one of the teams is going to be 3 people, just to make it work. But that's coming up. Again, not very imminent, but still, it's about a week from, well, more than a week from when. So first thing first, let's make the teams. I think I got two preferences so far. Most people, you don't know a lot of people in the class in the university, so it's like I don't have no preference. I have no preference, but you still have time if you find somebody. Um, that's not coming up for a while. This is after we do the proposals. So we first work on the proposals, then we're going to do demonstrations. Article presentation, obviously talked about it, and this is going to be at the end of the semester. And then my grades, I don't know if anything, nothing. So starting next semester, next week, you're going to start seeing the quizzes are going to start updating here. So that hopefully will change. But right now, everybody should be at, this is the maximum anybody can be at, 0 and 0 for graduate, undergraduate, and for graduate students. So no points yet. Okay, so I think that's the end of the announcements. Let me stop the recording if I can find it. I minimized it.